I'm Dylan Ratigan. I've interviewed nearly every CEO and most world leaders during the past 25 years. And now I'm bootstrapping. I'm turning my attention to the new CEOs and the irrepressible entrepreneurs leading the next generation of innovation in the world. Welcome back to tastylive. I am Dylan Ratigan. Time for another episode of Bootstrapping. My guest, Michael Schultz, the company Infuse Hospitality, the entrepreneur, a long track record in many places. But his most important job is one that we both shared around the age of 12, which was dishwashing, which the head chef in the restaurant where I had that job, Michael, that was actually considered one of the best filters for talent because you could either deal with the nightmare or you could not. It was like there was an A or a B. You either were like, I'm not doing this, and people would quit in like 1 hour and never be seen again, or they could do, plates for miles. So anyway, you've come a long way. What is Infuse?
I don't know if I've come a long way. I think I'm still a dishwasher, but I'm a daddy too, so I got a lot of jobs. Infuse Hospitality is a contract food service company for the modern day, really only limited by the scope of the imagination. Started at the end of 2016, now servicing about 40 million square feet throughout North America. Everything from full-service restaurants to cafes, bars, amenity floors, corporate dining. In the world
so how many individual businesses or hospitality businesses exist across the square footage you described?
It's a significant amount, and what we do is really
dozens, hundreds, thousands.
I don't have the exact number.
It's a lot of places.
It's head spinning, and we do it in commercial real estate and hotels, resorts, multi-unit residential, dorms, and so it's been a busy couple of years for sure.
And I mean, obviously, as a business model at a Harvard MBA class with a spreadsheet, that could be easy to sort of fall in love with as an idea. But obviously, the key is to have persuasive enough credibility on the execution, management, and operation side, and on the commercial side to be the chosen counterparty of commercial real estate, universities, military, blah blah blah. And so to me that may be the most interesting. So why are you the counterparty as opposed to 100 other chefs or restaurant executives, people with big resumes, fancy people in New York and LA and wherever? They would love to have deals like this. Why are you getting them?
Yeah, I think we have an ability to really execute at a very high level of excellence. And so, as we're competing against other contract food service companies, the Sodexos, the Aramarks, the divisions of Compass, our ability to do super hyper local, truly authentic experiences at scale, and to really understand it and view it from the eye of our client partners. And I'll tell you also, when we look at deals, we're looking at it from both parties and trying to find a great balance where it works well for everybody. And that's why we've grown so quickly, is not because we have a bazillion clients, it's because we've done a good job. And we've scaled with them. They're able to deploy us as a great tool for the need. And so I think that and the dishwasher part is the most important piece. Our people, we're in the people business. And so our ability to acquire and retain exceptional talent and our care and why the company exists has allowed us to do this and given us a competitive advantage.
And then were you affected, or do you have any visibility through this business? This is maybe out of left field, but do you have any visibility in this business into the health of the commercial real estate industry as somebody who sort of is a player for anchor tenancy in some of these first floor locations?
Very much so. And I'll just to clarify, a lot of times we're working holistically on a strategy of an asset or a campus. Sometimes it's mid-stack amenity floors. It's ammunition to leasing teams for office. And so
we sort of magnetize the environment with the hospitality piece.
Well, a couple of pieces of it, right? Sometimes it's to activate and drive leasing of the retail. Sometimes it's to drive leasing of the office space. Sometimes it's part of a requirement in a lease. And so we've got a lot of visibility. I think, something that I said in 2016 is that there's going to be these amenity wars. We were a little bit ahead of the curve. I think COVID, obviously accelerated that. But specifically in the world of commercial real estate, as people are really repositioning assets and having to compete against these new, Class A buildings that have been built that are fully amenitized.
Well, also, I'm in New York and Midtown. Like New York City is fully recovered from the pandemic, right? Uptown, East Side, downtown's booming, booming. Tourists, even Lincoln Center, all that. Midtown, Carnegie Hall, Sixth Avenue,
Yeah.
55th, all those towers, because the new work rules even go. It's if they say they'll come back to the office, but that really means come in Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, as long as the weather's not too bad and you don't have something else to do. Like that's the new like Midtown work vibe, which I know other big restaurateurs. The reason I asked is I know other anchor tenant restaurants in Midtown that are sweating just because they rely on Carnegie Hall or the office stack to drive business. And on the other hand, I would imagine you would see a surge on the residential side because of the demographics, because of the work from home. And maybe you don't see either. I just kind of see you as a finger into the shift. And I don't know whether that's true.
We see all with our institutional clients throughout North America, from swipe cards to all of the different building demographics. And I'll tell you that we've seen positive trends across the country. There's, 3 or 4 states that are a little slower to recover than others. We've seen a significant increase into this new year. And I'll tell you why I feel that that's a good thing. And things have definitely changed, right? We are curating spaces to make people want to be there, to create a holistic vision and to spur creativity and with breakout areas. And so things have changed, just like with anything, things evolve and you adapt to that. What we're really focusing on is how to create creative spaces and how to make people want to be there. And so you're taking traditional office towers and oftentimes branding it no differently than you would in building a Four Seasons, or your country club, and really creating an area that people want to be. And they're using the office instead of saying you have to be here from 9 to 5. They are using it for specific reasons. And the reason why that's critically important, aside from productivity and reducing shadow costs, is the young workforce that's really looking for connection and mentorship and the ability to learn through osmosis and being around others. And so creating these highly curated communities is necessary. But we're seeing very positive trends in people returning to the office. But the way they're working, how they're working, and when they're working is shifting. And you see that in other retail data from throughout the country, when people visit gyms, when they go to grocery stores. And
so when you talk about being these contract installations and the customization to I won't say farm to table, but so the localization of the menu and the culture and what you described earlier in the discussion, how much of what you do at a given location or a given hospitality node, however it's manifesting from your side, how much of that is drawn from a template, from the architectural template and the lighting and furniture and menu and kitchen and all that jazz, and how much of it is customized to the environment? Or I'm imagining some answer in between where it's a customization of some core template.
Everything that we do is custom curated to be the perfect solution for the specific problem. And so instead of replicating,
you'll source new furniture, new everything for that situation. You don't do the same thing twice.
New concepts, new menus, new smell, new look, new feel.
Your attitude is I can do anything you want. The difference between me and everybody else is I can do it better than everybody else, and I can actually do it.
Well, and we do it in a way where we set it up where I'm not trying to make money 72 different ways. I'm trying to find a balanced deal where it's a win-win for everybody. And that's a scalable business model. And so at the end of the day, what I'm really trying to do, and the reason why, now as the father of 4, I quit my job days before my first child was born to start my adventure as an entrepreneur. What I'm really trying to do is make sure that when I'm gone, someone comes up to my kids and says, let me tell you a story about your daddy. And so our focus is really impacting people, our people, giving them an opportunity for a better tomorrow that if we're successful as an organization, we can have a positive impact in the communities in which we operate. And so our focus really is on doing the right thing, doing it at a great job, working very, very hard, giving people opportunity to be creative. And that has been a winning formula. And so while we sell food and beverage, we're in the people business. And so the growth and the success, I had the idea, but the people who should be taking the award for it is the folks who are out there every day talking to our guests and our clients and working hard to feed their families. We are extremely appreciative. And that's why I say I'm still a dishwasher. Everything that I look at, and when we look at our organization, I'm looking through their lens to try to make it different for them than it was for when you and I were dishwashers.
I don't know. There's something about it. I'm gonna tell you a slightly inappropriate dishwashing story, if you don't mind. I've never met someone I can share a dishwashing war story
I've
with.
never heard an inappropriate story in the food and
Well,
beverage industry, so it'd be interesting to finally hear.
I'm sure you haven't. I'm sure you haven't. Well, this is more. So there was the front of the house ran out of plates. There was a new dishwasher. He was profoundly meticulous and slow with the sprayer and each crumb before he puts it in the tray, and it's just piles and piles of plates on the, it's a mess. And the boss comes back and says to this guy, he says, looks at him kindly, but not really. And he says, "Do you smoke a lot of pot?" And the guy said, "No, I don't smoke pot." And the chef said, "Well, you need to F and start because this is not going to work." And that was the only place I've ever seen a manager recommend pot smoking to the Don Duty dishwasher to
Are
try
you
to
sure I
expedite
wasn't?
performance.
I may have been the dishwasher. Were you the manager?
No, I think I was like making bacon at 4 a.m. or something. I think I was doing like a breakfast hell. So what is next? What is your why are you doing it? Why are you out in public? Why are you telling me this story? I'm sure you're telling other people's stories, it seems right now. So what is your objective in widening your communication?
Trying to help more people, trying to create more jobs and opportunity for the folks in our organization. I think the work that we're doing is critical.
But are you raising money, or are you looking to solicit for more contract opportunities? I mean, what's your growth?
We're self-funded. We are looking to do more deals. I'll tell you that we are essentially doubling in size every year. And so right now I'm very focused on getting out there and making people more aware of us through the country and what we're doing, because we're still oftentimes getting to meetings going, "Man, where have you been the last 2 decades?" And so we've really just begun to scratch the surface. There's such a significant area of opportunity for what we do, and we're just having a lot of fun. And so at the end of the day, I'm out there trying to spread awareness of the fact that there are strategic partners like us out there that understand it through the lens of ownership and the struggles that they have, from occupancy to the cost of money to lenders that the time is up but they don't want the keys. Like, we truly understand all of these struggles. And I'll tell you that because of our size and because we are privately owned, it's like dealing with a group that has systems and processes that are extremely institutional, but it has the nimbleness and entrepreneurial spirit of a young organization. And I think that that's a great combination that people are searching for out there. I also believe that our philosophies and core values as an organization, in what we do and how we do it and the things that we're passionate about, line up very well with other conversations that are taking place in boardrooms of our clients. And so, we're looking for like-minded people that we can create amazing stuff together. And the proof's in the pudding. We've proven it out and provided great results for our clients. And our most important thing that we have is the way people think of us and speak of us out in the community. So appreciate the opportunity to share it more and talk about it a little.
Awesome. Yeah, pleasure to meet you, Michael. Congratulations on everything.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much. And I'll see you in the dish pit.
I'll look forward to it. Michael Schultz, Infuse Hospitality, The Enterprise. You're watching Bootstrapping. I am Dylan Ratigan. More Tasty Live after this.
The content of this podcast is created, produced, and provided solely by tastylive Inc.